be unfamiliar.
Carol, I don't know if you noticed that Susan Zobrio did sign in, and she did put that Toastmaster, excuse me, the YouTube link up for that Toastmaster Tech.
Yes.
It's in the chat there. I don't know if anybody saw that.
Yes, I did. Thank you. So Bill Bruninga joined Toastmasters in 2013 as a charter member of Bolder Voices Toastmasters Club, the only club of Toastmasters in Boulder City. In 2018, he became Bolder Voices' first Distinguished Toastmaster. Last year, he was District 115's first Division A director, during which time he created a District 115 meetup group. To help us use this valuable resource, please help me welcome Bill Bruninga, Distinguished Toastmaster.
Carol, thank you very much. Great to see everybody this morning. Thank you all for having me. And another big thank you to Kristen and Anthony. Perfect intro for me. Not only for the great information, but in particular, that one segment where they talked about what can go wrong. Well, that would be me out here in the faraway land of Boulder City. Because after you all use up all the internet electrons, I get what's left in Boulder City, the little drip out of the end of the spigot. That's what we get out here. It's even worse in Pahrump. So please have prayers or kind thoughts for our poor Toastmasters friends in Pahrump with their Pony Express internet. Thank you, Carol. And may I share my slides? Do I have screen share? All right, let's see what we got here. Pardon me, we'll get our visuals ready. We will talk about Meetup. There we go. Thank you, Meetup. Let's learn, as our program said, our agenda said, let's learn about how to strengthen our clubs through this online service called Meetup. And there's really only two questions for today, which are, come back, slide control. All right. Meetup. Two questions. What is it? And how can it help my club? That's it. That's our goal for today. I have a question for you. You need to help me. First of all, have you heard of Meetup? Have you even heard of it? And Carol, have we launched the poll? Oh, yes, look at this. Good, good. Please answer the poll question. Hopefully it's on your screen. Have you heard of Meetup? And this is another part of the technology discussion. I'm continuing Kristen and Anthony's presentation of this Zoom feature of using polling. Now, this is where you get to ask a question. Ah, here we go. Thank you very much. Thank you. People are responding. Okay, see, at my end, I get to see some results. And so far, 70% people voting. It turns out that a lot of people have heard of Meetup. That's fantastic. Good. We'll return to our questions. We have more for you. How can it help my club? Well, what is it? All right, let's talk about what is this Meetup anyway, as many of you have already discovered. Meetup is merely a posting of meeting announcements by social clubs. It's much like putting a flyer on a bulletin board at a store or a Starbucks. plus all the benefits of online organizing, like automatic notifications, schedule updates, conveniently contacting club organizers for more details, seeing highlights of their prior meetings, any other promotional information they might want to post. Makes it easier to see what they are all about, as well as them communicating with their participants. Now, it's not really social media. It's not really like Instagram, Twitter. It's not teleconferencing. It's not like Zoom. It doesn't take the place of any of that. It's all promotion. The origin of Meetup was people getting together in person. It's meant for face-to-face interactions, doing activities together. Now, obviously, during this hopefully temporary phase of substituting virtual meetings, they have made some changes, which we will see shortly. Well, let's browse the website to see what it's like. And it's easy to find, meetup.com. So we've heard of Meetup. Okay, but now I want you to tell me, I need to know, have you attended a Meetup event? Have you participated? Please answer the poll question. And we're about a little over 50-50. It's good to know about Meetup, and glad to see that statistically, a little over half of us have actually been to a Meetup event. Well, good. Thank you for responding. Well, let's take a closer look at the website to get a little bit deeper into Meetup, meetup.com. And notice at the bottom, it says, find your next event. Well, that's just a cute way of saying search. It's just like any other internet search. And just enter any activity, any idea you have in mind. It could be really generic and general. It could be very specific. One generic idea is something that people do as far as getting together, an activity that really relates to getting together. Well, what about hiking, outdoorsy activity? Let's type in hiking. So this is for today. Right here in our area, there's at least 20 hiking events listed on Meetup all over the valley. Find one. You want to meet some people, you want to get out. It's such a fantastic day out after our training session. Well, go to one of these, find one, and meet some people and have a good time. Okay, good. But what about Toastmasters? What about Toastmasters? It's specifically District 115 Toastmasters. Well, let's just do a search on that. And I need my chat window back. Where is my chat window?
You may have to open it up from the bottom of
chat
the
window.
screen. Or is it behind a presentation?
When I became presenter, it went to the top. In the chat box, I just sent you all the link to our District 115 Toastmasters. Now, if you just did that simple search, this is what you would have got. Here's the next screen. If you just said District 115 Toastmasters, well, look, there's already clubs of ours that are using it, that are on Meetup. Many of our clubs have started their own Meetup group. Some of them are channeling their activities through our District 115 Meetup group. Either way, this is great. Look, Henderson Toasters, I found them on Meetup, and I actually went to one of their virtual meetings because of Meetup. And you can see, yes, it's meant to be in person, but they've adjusted to let people put online events. They didn't used to do that. This had to be in person. Well, all right, now they let us do online events, virtual meetings. Well, storytellers, I know them. What are they doing? They're down at the bottom. Let's check them out too. There's my District 115 Toastmasters hero, Greg Bjorgo. He's hosting storytellers. And there's all their information. Some groups have a cost of other types of meetup groups. Toastmasters usually not, but they said right on there, free. Well, I want to attend. Big red button, attend online. Great. They make it pretty easy. Well, at this point, this is where you have to actually sign up and be a member of Meetup. You have to give them their email, your email address, or some sort of contact information to keep you up to date. So yes, you have to be a member. Now, okay, great. We have an idea of what Meetup is. We'll learn a little bit more, but let's go ahead to our second question. How can it help my club? Some of us, we already have our Toastmasters website. That takes up time to keep up to date. Some of us are really into Facebook or other methods, but so why should I do Meetup? It's yet another thing to manage, have a Meetup master. Well, maybe it's worth doing. Meetup says they have 44 million plus people. It's a pretty big market. Well, this isn't just any market. Remember, this is activities. So these are people who are looking to actually do something, to go, to attend. These are participators. This is a market you want to tap into. These people want to do something. They want to be with you. Every time I've put an activity on Meetup, somebody responds. They want to hear more. They've attended. They're looking for a different sort of club. I direct them to one of our other local clubs. It's amazing. People just see us and they connect. It's fantastic. Instant publicity to find people who will participate, and they will find your club. Now, okay, well, what do I do? You talked about being a member, but club activities, how do you even do that? These other clubs, what is that? Well, let's ask another question. Okay, many of us have participated. I want to know, have you been an organizer? Have you actually organized a Meetup event? Tell me in our poll. Well, good. I'm glad to see. Yeah, about a third of us on today so far responding have organized a Meetup. Okay, good to know. I'm impressed. That was good. I'm glad I asked. In that chat message that I sent, click on that and it will take you right to our District 115 Toastmasters Meetup group. Go ahead and take a minute. If anybody's having trouble or anything about that chat message, it should work directly. Just click on it. It takes you right here. Now this screen shows that I'm already logged in. If you're not logged in, you'll get something a little bit different, but it'll still get you there. Instead of this red button that says create event, you will see a button that says join this group. Guess what? Click that button right now. There's 23 of us attending. I want to add 23 members to this Meetup group. We were really gaining strength before coronavirus, people joining, and we need to continue. 65 members. No, we need 85 members before our session is over. Follow the directions. If you want to just do email, Facebook, Google, Apple, your favorite connection method, just sign up right now. Your club, you and your club. This doesn't do away with any other social media you've already got going. Maybe your club already has a meetup. That's okay. List your events on this one also. Connect with even more people. You have a club with Facebook, post it there too. Right there, it says share it to your Twitter, your Facebook. And once you're a member and you connect and you talk with Jennifer, guess what? You can be an organizer. We'll help you be an organizer, or somebody else will help you be an organizer, and you get to create events. Put your club meetings right here. This year's PR manager for our district, Jennifer, great to see you today. What a fantastic picture. I like looking at our website just to see all our great leadership. We've had a quick overview of what it is. Can it help my club? Yes. So start using it. When you have a meetup group, there is a cost. To join up and be a member, it's free. But to have a group, there is a fee. But guess what? We've set this to be available for the entire district. So yes, why wait? Go ahead and join up, start using it now. I'm going to jump over to going live. And Pony Express Internet will catch up. And you will be amazed. There's a lot of flexibility with this website. You'll see across the ribbon, across below the graphic, just below the graphic, events. Well, what do we have coming up? Let's take a look at what we have coming up that people have listed. Valley Voices and Vices, Henderson, more Henderson. They're awesome. Valley. You can schedule way ahead. You can also, once you set up your basic generic description and standing club meeting time, you just hit copy and just duplicate your meeting announcements for the whole rest of the Toastmasters year. Hats off to Valley Voices and Vices. And we can go back in time to prior events. You can see how these clubs have been doing. Let's see. We'll take a look at past meetings also.
Bill, we're not able to see what you're looking at. We're still stuck on the start using it now screen.
Okay.
And can you put the link in again to the chat? I'm unable to copy and paste it so that people can go there and get it again, please.
Okay.
This is why we learn how to use technology, because sometimes it goes really well and sometimes we have to learn on the fly.
While he is doing that, Carol,
Yes, ma'am.
Carol Lynn, who just joined, Warren, Jean, and Chris, you all are going to administer the website or the meetings, create events after Bill shows us. If that's a true statement, say yes, and then I'll make you co-organizer.
Yes.
Oh, fun.
This is Carol Lynn, which is Carol Albertson on the Zoom meeting.
Okay,
It's Carol Lynn on the meetup.
okay. And then Warren
Excellent.
and Jean, if you
So
just
Carol Campbell, I just
sorry, go ahead, Bill.
did the chat again. No, not at all.
Yeah, I saw it
Yes.
come
Okay,
back
the
up.
chat
in
for everyone.
Yes, Jennifer, I want to add my clubs to the meetup.
Okay, Jean's or Bill's
Jean,
gonna show
go
us.
for it.
Thank you.
I have a question too. It says to join with Google or Facebook, or I don't know my Facebook I don't know my password on that. I haven't used it in so long.
I think another option was actually using an email.
Let me
Yep,
go
you can
back.
use email.
That's
Some
the Google.
some people gear everything for their Facebook, so they do that. But if you're more used to just email, that's fine.
So I have to go back to join the group and I lost that.
Yeah, it doesn't ask you if you want to join with your email. It says with Gmail. So when you click on it, it should bring up your email addresses you have, and you
Yeah.
select which one you want to use with it.
Okay, I'm lost already because I went back to Meetup, District 115 Toastmasters, and it says create a group, but I saw something that said join the group. And now I can't find that again.
Go
If you
back
have to
to the
re-click
go back
the
to the
link in the
chat.
chat, that's fine.
Yeah,
I'm
click
not
on the
sure.
click on the link in the chat again, and it should be okay. It'll take you right back to that join.
So what's one of our clubs is meeting authors? No, excuse me. Pardon me, I thought I was muted.
Bill will
Okay,
go through that.
join this group.
Okay.
Do something.
Yes, join this group.
Oh, sign in with email. Okay. Because I don't understand all that other stuff. I can't remember things.
Yeah, just go right. For people that are really into their Facebook or they've already got their Google account, Gmail, or just go right to the bottom. Just sign up with email. Good, good. We're doing good. We're over 70.
Can you stop sharing so I can get to my email?
And while we're doing that,
Bill,
do you need to open a different window? Yes.
it's probably taking all of her screen and
Yes,
she doesn't want to drop out of the meeting.
yes.
Diane, have you tried the view up at the top right corner, clicking on that and see if it would minimize? Either that or Bill can stop sharing for a moment and maybe Jennifer can give us some updates on things that are currently happening in the district for PRM.
Super.
So I stopped sharing. We'll come back. There's a couple more features of our meetup group page we can look at, but we can take a break from that for a second.
Actually, the way to make it stop doing whatever it was doing was to actually change the view. But let's see, what is happening in our world of District 115? First of all, we have another training session December 5th. Is that correct? I sent out the save the dates. I do that by memory.
I believe that one's talking about leadership in the district.
Thank you, Carol. Thanks for putting me on the spot. I have to figure out what's going on.
But you're a Toastmaster, you're good at impromptu. I know it because we've put you on the spot multiple times.
So we do have that, and that's going to be really exciting because of the fact that we are going to need district directors, right? And division directors. So for those who
area.
don't know what steps to take, what is needed, that's going to be very, very good. Contest season is beginning, and I'm actually going to send out a flyer on that, but that's actually on our website, the dates, but I will send out a flyer so all the clubs know when we are having our contest. And all the contests are online, right, Carol?
Correct.
And so division or area A is February 27th. That's the contest. So make sure your clubs are starting to prepare for contest season so that as of February 27th, you will have a contestant from your club. For area B is March 6th. Area C, March 13th. Area D, March 20th. And then we'll have the division contest. And how many contestants from each? Is it just one? Okay. So April 10th, divisions, no. Am I saying-
Yes,
Yes,
yes. Divisions A and B.
A and B. And then April 17th, division C and D.
Correct.
And then April 30th and May 1st, we will actually have those winners compete at our conference.
Correct. Save the date for the TLI, January 16th. And back to you, Bill. I think we're ready to move on. Sorry for hijacking.
Not at all, because we want to give people a chance to step through the clicks for being a member. Now just sign up. Let's repeat that. Click the link to the District 115 Toastmasters Meetup group and just simply join. We're up to 72. Okay, a few more of us, please sign up. The goal is 80 out of our session as far as our members. Couple of good questions already. Thank you, Carol Albertson. Do I have to create a group for my club before I can use the District 115 Meetup? No. What a great question. No, you do not have to do all this for your own club. It's kind of an onerous process to set up your own meetup group. You don't have to do that. That's why we set this up for the entire district. Many clubs already have. They've been using it for years. It suited them fine. Good. This does not supersede our clubs that have already been doing this. This is for all the rest of us, plus the existing groups, to go ahead and use ours also. Keep announcing their events even on this group as well, even if they have their own meetup. It costs money, so don't do that for your own club. Be a part of this group, and then all of your club events will appear here as if it is your own website. Let's, if you don't mind, how about let's go back to some screen sharing. Share screen. Let's see what we got. Okay, let's try this. Are you seeing our District 115 Toastmasters Meetup group screen? Because it says just below the graphic, events. Okay, so here's the various clubs. It looks like it's their meetup group because they've put their meetings on here. So it is pretty much like being yours. Don't create your own meetup group. Just use this one. I'm gonna scroll back. Oh, look. Here's the last one that I've done for my other club that I'm in. As far as I know, our one and only Wine Appreciation Club in District 115. It was an online event. Now, how do you do wine tasting? Of course, when we started that club, it was meant to be 100% in person. Sampling wine, not required. It's meant to be educational. We have people that in person as we like Toastmasters. How do you possibly do that? Well, like so many clubs, we've been doing online events as well. So yes, even a wine tasting club can be online. And I can simply copy this announcement right here and duplicate that for future events. It winds up being pretty efficient and not taking a lot of time as another public relations resource that you have to maintain. It's pretty simple, and Jennifer, myself, and other people glad to help you with the process of where it says create events. And I'm trying to click through, well, on the bar below, it says members, everybody who joins, however much of a profile you want to put, you can do that here. Photos of prior events, you can have fun with that. If you have some discussion, yes, in that regard, it starts to resemble social media. You can ask questions, start having discussions with people. But here's the clubs that have been using it already. So I want to see your club on here also. Any questions or issues with just simply signing up to just be a part of our meetup group? Okay, now we get deeper into, all right, I'm a member, but how do I create an event? This is where we get into how Jennifer can help you be an organizer. If you want to personally be an organizer and log in and enter your own information, okay, you can. An existing organizer can help you enter information for your club as well. Now, somebody is volunteering to be an organizer. And I think Jennifer was going to help them actually enter an event. Now, Jean, did I hear you mention that you want to enter an activity for your club or a club? Either Jean,
Hey,
Jean or
Bill.
Jean?
Bill.
Jean.
I am in the process of trying to get into the meetup site and set up my authors group. So the question I have with this at the moment is, how do I set it up for meetings into the future? It looks like I can only set it up for one day.
Create event. Okay, so what you do, if I understand your question, you set up your first one. And if you know that you're going to copy it into future dates, keep it kind of generic, your basic club description. Then go ahead and create that first one. Right, then you come back to the screen, you've created an event. Now come back to our main meetup group page, go back to that same button where it says create event, and you will see a choice that says copy. Well, it says copy a past event, create a new event, copy. So what you're looking for is copying.
Okay, thanks, Bill.
And even though it's in the future, I think even, yeah, did you find, okay, so you found the copy
Right.
function?
Yeah, now I need to get off of this link to get my Zoom
Okay.
address, but we'll get it. Thank you very much. I've learned a lot in this few minutes.
Excellent. Is there somebody else who would like to volunteer to be an organizer and get your next meeting on here? It doesn't have to be perfect. We don't have all the details exact, but just get your club on here.
I just made Carol Campbell an organizer.
Ooh, okay. How do I do this? Let's get Toast to Sierra up there.
Click.
Create
Yeah,
an
Toast to
event.
Sierra. So you can go back to the original link in the, yeah, create event.
All right. Create a new event. Title required. Toast of Sierra
Yeah, like you're doing that.
Toastmasters meeting.
So on my screen, I just
Just
clicked
in-
on create event also.
Just in case.
You know,
any of
Carol,
you
I should just
know-
share. I should share back to you. Let's just,
Okay. Then I will share my screen if you stop sharing yours.
yeah, let's,
Let's do it.
okay. And I showed on my create event, pretty simple, big blocks. Yeah, let's see what Carol's doing.
Okay, here we go. No laughing at me. And I have a second screen, so I'm not going to be looking at the camera. I apologize. I know that that's not, well, you know what? It's not going to do it. Ha. Am I still sharing screen? Nope. Try again. I moved it from one to the other.
You were still sharing. We could see it.
Here we go. So I am going to make my time at 6:30. And we, like Summerlin Toasters, run on the second and fourth Tuesdays of the month. We are an hour and a half for our long meetings. A picture. I don't think I have a picture handy.
That's okay. You can come back. Description, you can come back.
Okay,
So
what
you
else
want
do
for
I need
now?
to do?
This is the feature they added to not be only in person. Now they have the button, make this an online event. So you can put a Zoom address. You used to have to put a real address. They want to make sure people are organizing real events and show you how to put a street number. Well, Zoom, it's not a street number. So you can do Zoom in the online event window.
The one question that I would, not question, one statement that I would suggest is be very cautious if you put your Zoom link here so that we don't have Zoom bombers. Because when I was in my Region 2 call, we as a region are starting to get some Zoom bombers and we need to be very cautious of that. So be aware of that. Maybe we could put something in there for a registration and they could click on the registration and get the link. That way they really have to go through things.
Hey, I'm just our meeting got Zoom bombed a few weeks ago. So one of the things that we started doing is rather than putting a Zoom thing on here, we actually make people register through Eventbrite. And then we set them up on auto respond emails so that like 30 minutes before the meeting, they get the link to the Zoom account. So this way they have to register and then we know who they are. And then we also have a waiting room. So there's a list we print out prior to the event. So anybody that's not in our club that wants to come in, if they're not on the list, we don't let them in.
Right. Where else do I go, Bill? Publish?
Well, look at all these additional settings you can do. Do you want to repeat?
Oh, there it is.
You
Repeat event.
can, yeah. So yes, Gene, we needed sorry, we didn't scroll down a little bit further to help you with repeating. So Carol, let's see the repeat choices.
All right. Well, it would be, see, that doesn't work because we're a
Yeah.
second and fourth.
Kind of limited. This is kind of why with Gene, I said, no, you wind up copying it. Kind of limited on your repeating choices.
How do I get
If it-
out of, oh, never mind. Ha, just kidding.
Yeah.
Ask
here's all
members
your other ones.
questions. That would be interesting. Attendee limit. We don't want to limit. We want everybody to show up. Allow guests. RSVP start and end time. And
If you-
event fee. No event fee.
some events, you want to have an RSVP deadline. You need to know how many people are going to go, more so for in-person events. But even for Zoom, sometimes we want to know how many people we're expecting.
So do I hit publish now?
If you're happy with getting this on the calendar, you can always come back and edit, but go for it. Get it out there.
Uh-oh.
All right. What doesn't it like? Scroll back up. Because you,
Oh, I don't have a
yeah,
description.
you got to put at least a little something.
Leadership and communication training. How's that?
That's good. Now it might ask you for a Zoom link. I don't know. Let's find out. We said online event. Oh,
Woo woo!
now, and now when it says announce it now, everybody who's a member is going to get an email notifying them that you just posted an event for your club. Go for it. Sure. Click it now.
Woohoo!
All right. Now, for those of us, don't click away yet. For those of us that do have our Facebook or Twitter, you know, you could go down and share to your Facebook. See, so this cross connects over to your Facebook for the clubs that really enjoy their Facebook. All right. So you could.
So if I may, I would like to suggest something. If we make it too hard for people to find our clubs by putting it in a link, having them email us, we're not going to get as many guests visiting. I would say if there's a Zoom bomber, have somebody ready to click the button to kick them out. It kicks them out forever. They can't come back on that equipment.
Okay, good to know.
Everybody could stand to see a little Heine once in a while.
Well,
Disagree.
now, the world of security as it relates to posting, if we develop some more specific details about still having security when we put Zoom stuff on Meetup, we might have to follow up with more details. Just know that the feature is on Meetup to help you publicize the club. We'll dig into some more details on security.
So should I stop sharing now?
Let's take
Or
a
is
look
there-
at some check. No, let's keep going. We need to help everybody else create or join. Now, we said we want 80 people in our group. And I'm doing a little refresh. Jennifer, how many do we have so far? We're at 76.
Ooh, getting there.
Now, if anybody's having an issue, all right, folks that were having troubles finding this or signing up, anybody still having troubles? I'm just scrolling through some of our chat messages.
I think that we had some people who were taking the Zoom call on their phone. And so they're going to have to wait until they get off the Zoom call to go through and link up.
Oh, okay.
So we may not make the 80 before the end of our session.
Understandable.
Not because they don't want to, they just have moments that they have to work through.
Yeah. Our phones are very convenient. Meetup, post your club. Just get on here. Doesn't need a whole lot of detail at first, however much you want. And then from here, you can springboard. You have a link. You can, when you put your club event on Meetup, that link you can now broadcast on your free Toast host, your agendas, anybody else, whoever's doing PR, broadcast your Meetup link and say, oh, here's all the details. And again, the district is covering the cost of doing this. Just sign up and use it at this time. However long the district continues that, but for now, just get going. It's amazing the people you'll hear from. Have no idea. And again, from around the world. I'm amazed every time I post something, an event, somebody asks about it. And
So I have a question.
Anita,
I have a
oh,
question,
go
Bill.
ahead. Go ahead, Gene.
So if a club already has an existing meetup that they've been paying for like 6 months or a year or whatever, would you suggest they drop that, join this, or would you suggest they keep both?
It depends on how much of the fun history and pictures you have invested in your existing meetup group. Okay, if a group hasn't if they've been using it for announcements and calendaring and scheduling, then maybe not. Maybe you could just leave it and switch everything over to here. If a club is really invested in their history and people's comments, I had such a great time at your club. Here's pictures. Here's what a fun time we had. Well, maybe you don't want to lose that history, or maybe you just made the hard make the hard choice to say goodbye to that. So it could go either way.
Thanks,
So
Bill.
Gene, for the club you're thinking, have you really put a lot into your meetup group? Do you really want to save it?
No, it's just a question I've been asked by people who have, we've been talking about doing the district website, and I've said, well, I don't know how shaky this district website's going to be. Maybe they won't pay for it next year. Maybe they will, but I'd say keep your website and check it out.
Gene, I don't see the district not taking care of Meetup, at least for the next year.
Okay.
If I have anything to say about it.
Okay.
And for those clubs who've been paying, okay, well, let's have a little meeting and decide, yeah, we're each of us is going to chip in. If the district ever has an issue, well, those of us that were paying already, we can still get together and keep this one going. You're still using it like it's yours.
It could be something the clubs could chip into the district to pay for if we have to. Okay, thanks. Thanks a lot. I'm gonna get out of here so everybody else can talk.
Bill,
Okay.
do we still need my screen, or are we good to stop sharing screen?
We are good to stop, unless we want to check out some other features. As you explore this meetup group, there are pictures. I think we saw some of them. We saw graphics and announcements from other clubs. You can treat this 100% like it's yours. That's an additional comment to Gene's question. He's a part of a club. Other clubs have been using this already with their own meetup group. Well, just use this one. It's still just like it's yours. Your events, your pictures, any postings, news that you want to announce to the entire group. That's the advantage of putting your club events on this meetup group, is when you have an announcement, you're broadcasting it to more people, more members. Carol Campbell, thank you. Program Quality Director, back to you.
Thank you so much there, Bill. That was absolutely fantastic. I have always been a little bit shy of getting out there on the web, but I am slowly making my move. Yes, Jennifer.
Just a couple of things on this is when you go back to your club, ask everybody to become members as well. And then show some activity. So definitely post your pictures, make your comments, had a great time. That's where it actually starts generating. Everybody has an algorithm. All these platforms have an algorithm. That's where then you get pushed up where people can see you, from what I understand, that it also gets pushed out to Google in ranking, and with the meetup group as well, that when somebody does post or go into Toastmasters, search Toastmasters public speaking leadership, it'll push us up. So the more people that are communicating in this, the more people will see us. That's really, really important. So right after your meeting, a day after your meeting, just post some pictures, have some fun, snapshots. It's important.
That is great
Just
information.
great comment, successful meeting. Yeah.
And again, Bill Bruninga, Distinguished Toastmaster, first Toastmaster for Boulder Voices in Boulder City. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good time.